mutual fund and something interesting around a mutual fund, which is something called as a fact sheet, which is given either by third-party rating agencies for mutual funds or the fund house itself. The fund house actually comes out with a monthly fact sheet that tells us about what are the various funds doing, what are the kind of compositions of the fund, who the fund manager is, how much money they manage, and so on and so forth. So we're going to look at all this as we go along. First, we will look at how does SEBI basically ask. SEBI, remember, is the regulator, Securities Exchange Board of India. There is a risk profile of funds that SEBI has kind of asked mutual fund houses to give, and that's some sort of a color code that they have said for each of the funds. So schemes are going to have a color coding of blue, yellow, or brown that basically tells you whether it is low risk, medium risk, or high risk instrument. So all equity funds, diversified funds, sector funds, index funds, large cap funds, small cap funds will have a brown color code. All fixed maturity plans, gilt funds, etc. will carry as the safest instruments. And then any kind of hybrid products such as monthly income plans, balance funds, unit linked insurance plans, about which we will discuss in one of the subsequent sections, which typically invest in both equity and debt, will be given this yellow rating. So this is low risk, this is kind of moderate risk, and this is considered as high risk. That's a very broad classification. It does not necessarily seem to be the best form of classification that is available, but nevertheless SEBI does ensure that for investor benefit, they do give a classification like this. So you would see these funds coming up with this kind of a color code. Blue meaning low risk, yellow meaning medium risk or moderate risk, and brown meaning hard risk largely, right? Those are the key risk profiles of funds that are available. Now we turn our attention to something called as a fund fact sheet. Right, this is the one of the most important documents that you will find when you're looking at funds. A fact sheet is a monthly document that gives details about funds. This is usually either given by the fund houses, they do it on a monthly basis, and fund rating companies, Value Research Online or Morningstar India. So Morningstar is a global fund rating agency, and if you go to Morningstar's website, you will find these fund fact sheets and comparison of funds and rating of funds and so on and so forth. We will come towards rating of funds in our next section, but at this point of time, we're going to look at primarily what is the fund fact sheet going to look like if we go to, let's say, a website like Morningstar. So let's go to that website and try and check what it looks like. So that's how your Morningstar India website would look like. It's morningstar.in default homepage. Now, when you look at these funds, you could go right at the center and then you could say funds with the best rated mutual funds. These are the 5-star rated funds, 5-star being the best rated funds. Then you have the best YTD return. What is YTD? That's year to date. So 1st January till now. Funds with best 5-year returns. You can compare mutual funds, you can screen mutual funds, you can rank ETFs, and then there are insurance data as well that is there, right? We will look at 5-star rated mutual funds. Let's just click this, right? So you will see that there's a whole host of funds that will get rated as a 5-star rated fund. These are some of the best funds that they say, alphabetically arranged based on the fund house names that are there, right? You could sort them based on YTD return from here. For example, you can click it here and you can get which funds have the best year to date return, or you could just keep them sorted on the name itself, right? Let's click on a fund by Birla Sun Life. So Birla Sun Life Frontline Equity Fund, you will see all options available. You have dividend, you have growth options available, right? So the NAVs are there which are available, and you also see this direct plan. Remember, direct plan versus regular plan. So direct plan, regular plan are also available. When I click on the growth option, it will take me to a page which will basically talk about this in more detail. It will give more details about, let's say, Birla Sun Life Frontline Equity Fund. What is the NAV? 180.29. What is the one-day return? 1.5%. Total assets under management are 123.4 billion. That's about 12,000 odd crore. What kind of performance has happened, and so on and so forth. On this page itself, you will see overview, portfolio, detailed portfolio, performance, risk rating, history, and fact sheet. I can click on this fact sheet, and when I click on this fact sheet tab, it opens up a PDF file which will have a lot of details about this fund. You can download this one-page PDF document, and it will tell you that it's an India large cap fund, right? Let's look at what this fact sheet would appear like. So if you look at the fact sheet carefully, this fact sheet would talk about first what is the rating. It's a silver rated fund.